Namo Buddhaya, dear Dhamma friends. Today I am going to share with you some Dhamma teaching. So, my dear friend, our great master, Lord Buddha, when he was Prince Siddhartha, he left his palace and all his luxury thing, right? He left his palace, he left his loved ones, his father, mother, wife, son, and his the royal life, everything. You know why Prince Siddhartha decided to left the palace? Why he came to such a decision? There is a reason, my dear friend, you have to understand. There is a reason. He left palace, he renounced the palace, he took decision to leave the palace and his loved ones to attain enlightenment. To attain enlightenment, why need to left palace? Why need to left loved ones? Why Siddhartha? Why Prince Siddhartha had to leave this thing? Have to leave this thing to attain enlightenment. So I think this is very important thing for us to understand as Buddhists. Today we live this world and we are having lot of problems, suffering, sadness, worry, unhappiness, right? Stress. We all are experiencing, right? So there is a reason why we are unhappy, why we worry, why we live in sad, why we are in disappointment. So there is a reason, my dear friend. So that's why I am going to share with you today why our Prince Siddhartha left his palace, why he decided to leave his palace, his loved ones, why he lived his royal life. He renounced the world not for his own sake. Prince Siddhartha, he renounced the world, he left the world not for his own sake or convenience, but for the sake of suffering humanity. Prince Siddhartha, he wanted to leave the palace not for his convenience. He wanted to protect all living beings who are suffering in this world, due to birth, due to sickness, old age, death. He wanted to protect and save all human beings, all living beings who are suffering in this world. That's why Prince Siddhartha, he decided to live his all comfortable life, his luxury life, his royal life. He left his loved ones, palace, everything to attain enlightenment, to attain Buddhahood, to find out the truth, how to free from all suffering. So that is why our great master Lord Buddha, when he was Prince Siddhartha, he decided to leave the palace. He left the palace for not for his convenience, but for the sake of suffering humanity. To him, the world of mankind is one family. To him, the whole of mankind. To him, the whole of mankind is one family. The renunciation of Prince Siddhartha at the early age. Prince Siddhartha left his palace. His renunciation was at the early age 29 years old, when he was 29 years old. Very young time, very young age. So he decided to leave the palace and all his loved ones and his comfortable life to attain enlightenment, to protect and save all living beings who are suffering in this world. Detachment, my dear friend, you have to understand why Prince Siddhartha decided to leave the palace. The main reason is detachment is one of the most important factors for the attainment of enlightenment. Detachment is one of the most important factors for the attainment of enlightenment. That is why Prince Siddhartha decided to leave palace and all his luxury thing and loved ones. When he was attached to his loved ones and his palace, so he could never get enlightenment. He could never achieve Buddhahood. He could never find out everlasting happiness. So, my dear friend, you have to think wisely. Detachment is one of the most important factors for the attainment of enlightenment. To attainment of enlightenment. The attainment of enlightenment is by way of non-attachment. The attainment of enlightenment is by way of non-attachment. So you understand, right? So we all wish to attainment Nibbana. That's why after doing meritorious deeds, after done good deeds, after practicing meditation, after practicing good deeds, we always wish to attainment of Nibbana, enlightenment. So all Buddhists, they wish to attainment of Nibbana. So my dear friend, this is here you have to understand. The attainment of enlightenment is by way of non-attachment. So that means we have to let go our attachment. We have to let go our attachment to attain of enlightenment. Otherwise, to attain of enlightenment is impossible. If you are having attachment, to our family, our children, our wife, husband, our properties, our wealth, so our body. So my dear friends, it is impossible to free from this suffering. It is impossible to free from this world suffering, because why? We are keeping attachment. We are still keeping attachment to this body, our body. We still keeping attachment to our families, our children, husband and wife, and also our properties. So you have to consider. So when we have attachment in our mind, how can we free from? How can we get Nibbana? How can we attain enlightenment? How can we follow the Buddha's journey? How can we free from all suffering? Because the Buddha said that detachment is one of the most important factors for the attainment of enlightenment. So, the attainment of enlightenment is by way of non-attachment. So, having attachment, keeping lot of attachment to this world, our body, our loved ones, our properties, our money, so that person cannot free from the whole suffering in his life. He can't free from suffering. He can't attain Nibbana. He can't attain enlightenment because of his attachment. So that is the very important thing to understand. Today whatever we do, it doesn't matter. We usually do in good days, but most important things to understand, my dear friend, to attain enlightenment, to attain the attainment of enlightenment is by way of non-attachment. Most of life's troubles, you have to think, most of life's troubles today are caused by attachment. Most of life, everybody in this world, people, I think 700 billion people live this world. They all people, most of life's troubles, problems, most of life's troubles and problems are caused by attachment. When you think about that, you can understand. Today, many people life's problem and also troubles, the reason are caused by their attachment. They can't let go. When they have strong attachment, so always life is trouble and problems. So we are the inviting all the problems and troubles because of our attachment. So then how can we free from? How can we free from all suffering? We are the welcome to all suffering, right? We are the welcoming, inviting to troubles and problems because of our attachment. We are keeping strong attachment to people, strong attachment to our properties, our incomes, our family, children. So we are always suffering. That's why we are suffering. By thinking of our husband, by thinking of your wife, by thinking of your children, by thinking of the job, income, by thinking of your properties, and you always experience suffering. Because why? Your attachment for them. Now you understand why we are very unhappy. What is the reason? When you think about, when you investigate why you are unhappy, why you are sad, why you are worried, isn't that your attachment? Maybe you are attached to something, or maybe you are attached to someone. That's why it create troubles and problems in your life. The sad, unhappy, worry, stress, due to your attachment, right? So my dear friend, so this is the most important thing for us to understand from Buddha's life. So that is why our great master Lord Buddha, when he was Prince Siddhartha, he left palace, his loved ones, all property, those things. Because why? Those things cause to suffering, subject to suffering. See today today many people are suffering, right? They have everything. They have their family, they have property, money, everything good. See, some rich people, those who have comfortable life, but they are happy in their life. Are they happy? No, they are not happy. Even they can't sleep properly. They can't sleep peacefully. Many problems and so many troubles in their life. Why? Because of their strong attachment, they can't let go. They have practiced attachment long time. So it is impossible for them to let go. They, not easy to let go simply. So this is the main reason we have to understand. Without let go our attachment, we can't achieve any spiritual development. The Buddha said the attainment of enlightenment is by way of non-attachment. Non-attachment. So we have to let go our attachment. Slowly. We can't do it very quickly, but you can practice it slowly, and your attachment for things, for someone, or if you are having very strong attachment, so then you are always feel unhappy, worry, sad, right? It is because of your attachment. But if you free from your attachment, then you always peaceful, you are always in calm, you are always in happy, right? Because why? You don't have attachment. The person who have lot of attachment, like a very strongly he attached lot of attachment, he can't sleep peacefully even. How can he sleep peacefully? Lot of attachment. He always thinking and worry. He have to think, because why he is having lot of attachment, he have to balance everything. It is not easy. That's why when we come to the spiritual practice, sometimes we have to let go everything. See the Buddha's life, he's left everything, right? And he decided to leave palace. Because he know in living in palace, he can't practice. He can't free from the suffering. He can't attain to enlightenment by living in like a luxury life. In palace like a prince, living with his loved ones and enjoying the luxury life and comfortable life, and it's so fancy life. So then it is not easy to get wisdom, not easy to attain enlightenment. That's why he left palace and everything, my dear friends, to attain to enlightenment and find out the everlasting happiness we call Nibbana. So today when we think about today, most of life problems, our life problems are caused by attachment. We get angry, right? We get angry very fast sometimes without no reason. We always, sometimes people experience anger, and we get angry, and we scold other people, we complain, we want to quarrel, we want to fight. And also why? It is because of our attachment in our mind. Sometimes we are jealous of others when they are doing good, when they are improving their life, when they are growing up, when they are having successful life. Sometimes people not happy about that. When they have happy life, why? It is our jealous, our attachment. So keeping such attachment, such mind, so how can we free from this world? How can we free from suffering? How we attain Nibbana? How we practice Buddha's journey? You have to think about that, my dear friend. So we worry, right? Sometimes we worry, we stress, we are unhappy, we become greedy and complain always, keeping the rudeness, angry mood. So why that? All these cause of unhappiness, tension, disturbance, and sadness are due to attachment. When we investigate any trouble or worry, unhappiness, we have right now. When we investigate any troubles or any problems or worry and unhappy, whatever we have right now, my dear friend, you have to think properly why I have this, why I am worried, why I am unhappy, why I have this problem, what is the reason, what is the cause of this, what is the cause of my sadness, what is the cause of my problems, my suffering. So when we investigate yourself, the main cause, you can find out the main cause is always your attachment, you are greedy, your attachment. That's why you are having trouble, you are having problems, worry, unhappiness. The main cause of always, my dear friend, attachment. So you have to think properly. After listening this, you have to think yourself, this is true or not? This is true or not? You can decide yourself. The head Prince Siddhartha developed his attachment towards his wife, child, kingdom, and worldly pleasure. He would never have been able to discover the called enlightenment, wisdom. Had Prince Siddhartha developed his attachment towards his wife, child, kingdom, and worldly pleasures, he would never have been able to discover enlightenment, real truth. So therefore he had to sacrifice, everything. Therefore he had to sacrifice everything, including worldly pleasures, in order to have a concentrated mind, free from any distractions. In order to find the truth that can cure humanity from suffering, he had to sacrifice everything, including worldly pleasures, in order to have a concentrated mind, free from any distractions, in order to find the truth that can cure humanity from suffering. So when we consider this, if the prince had not gone forth, humanity would today still be entrapped. When we consider this, if the Prince Siddhartha had not gone forth, humanity would today still be in fear. Humanity would today still in fear, ignorance and misery, with no real understanding of human condition. In the eyes of this young prince, the whole world was burning with lust, anger, greed, and many other defilements which ignite the fire of our passions. He saw each and every living being in this world, including his wife and father, suffering from all physical and mental elements. So determined was he to seek a solution for the eradication of suffering amongst suffering humanity, that he was prepared to sacrifice everything to attain enlightenment, to find out solution for all suffering and help those to help living beings, those who are suffering. So that is why, my dear friend, our great master Lord Buddha, so he was prepared to sacrifice everything his life to help all living beings, those who are suffering. So if Buddha haven't left his palace, so today this whole world is still in lust, anger, greedy, cruelty, battlefield, and fear, ignorance, misery. This whole world like a mad world. People killing each other, fighting each other, quarreling each other. So today we are still lucky and we can listen Buddha's teaching. We can still follow Buddha's journey. We can still do good deeds. We can still listen Dhamma. So we are still can achieve the Nibbana. So we have to practice properly and we have to follow the Buddha's journey. So I hope these Dhamma thoughts really help you to understand what the Buddha thoughts are, what is the attachment, and how to free from our attachment, how to attain Nibbana. So I hope this is really helpful for you to achieve wisdom and open your mind to understand what is the main reason, what is the main cause of our problems and life problems and troubles, the reason because of our attachment. So thanks for today for listening my Dhamma sharing, and I wish you happy and healthy life. May you be well, happy and healthy. May Lord Buddha always bless and protect you. And Namo Buddhaya, Sukhi Hotu. See you again.